There comes a time in life when you look at your bathroom and think, honestly, do we really need to be doing all this every single day? You wake up, you stretch, you look at the clock, and suddenly the bathroom is calling your name like you have a full-time job in there, but retirement is supposed to be different, right? You spent years waking up early, rushing to work, getting dressed, catching buses, sitting in traffic, meeting deadlines. Now you finally have some peace, and somebody is still telling you, you must do this every day. Well, today we're talking about something very simple that a lot of people don't talk about enough. Bathing after 70. And before anybody gets nervous, no, I'm not telling you to stop taking care of yourself. I'm not saying you should walk around smelling like yesterday's dinner. Absolutely not. We're talking about something much more sensible. Does an older person really need a full bath or shower every single day? For many older adults, especially people who don't sweat much, don't exercise heavily, and aren't getting dirty every day, bathing 2 or 3 times a week may be enough for the full body wash, with smaller daily cleanups as needed. And honestly, sometimes your skin may be happier with that. Because after 70, your body is not playing by the same rules it did at 25. Your skin changes, your lifestyle changes, your energy changes, even the way you spend your day changes. You might go from, "Good morning, boss," to, "Good morning, kettle." And that's perfectly fine. So today, I want to give you 5 reasons why bathing less often may actually make sense after 70, plus a few things you should still do every day. And stay with me because number 5 is something many people completely forget. Let's get into it. Reason number 1, your skin is not the same anymore. Let's start with your skin. When you were younger, your skin was producing more natural oils. You could shower, dry yourself, put on your clothes, and 5 minutes later, your skin was already back to normal. But as we get older, the skin usually becomes thinner and drier. It may not produce as much natural oil as it once did. And that's where daily long hot showers can become a problem. Especially those showers where the water is so hot you come out looking like you just survived a volcano. You know the type. You turn the water on, then you stand there enjoying it. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and your skin is saying, "Please, I have had enough." Hot water and frequent washing can remove some of the natural oils that help protect your skin, and when that happens, your skin may become dry, itchy, flaky, or uncomfortable. And here's the funny part. Sometimes you think, my skin is itchy, I need another shower. But the extra shower may actually make the dryness worse, so you're fighting the problem with the same thing causing part of the problem. It's like being hungry and eating the menu. You're doing something, but you're not fixing the problem. For many older adults, giving the skin a little more time between full-body baths can be helpful. That doesn't mean you stop washing. You still clean the areas that need daily attention: face, armpits, groin, feet, hands, and anywhere else that gets sweaty or dirty. But you don't necessarily need to scrub every inch of your body every single day if you're not getting dirty or sweaty. And please, when you do bathe, don't turn the bathroom into a steam room. Warm water is usually kinder to dry, aging skin than very hot water. And after bathing, gently pat the skin dry instead of rubbing it like you're trying to polish a table. Then use a moisturizer if your skin needs it. Simple. Your skin doesn't need punishment, it needs care. Reason number 2. You may actually feel better with less bathing. Now let's talk about something nobody likes to admit. Bathing can be tiring, especially when you're older. People sometimes think, it's just a shower. Yes, but it's not always just a shower. You have to get into the bathroom, get undressed, stand or sit safely, wash yourself, dry yourself, get dressed again, and if your bathroom floor is slippery, Now we're talking about something much more serious. For some older adults, getting in and out of the bathtub or shower can be one of the more risky parts of the day. And this is one reason we should stop thinking about bathing as a simple beauty routine. It's also about safety. You don't get extra points for taking a shower every morning at 6 counts. Nobody is standing outside your bathroom with a trophy saying, "Congratulations, 7 showers this week." No. The goal is to stay clean and stay safe. If you don't need a full shower every day, there may be no reason to put yourself through unnecessary effort. You can have a simple daily wash of important areas. Then have your proper full-body bath 2 or 3 times during the week. Of course, if you sweat heavily, exercise, work outside, have certain skin conditions, or your doctor has told you to bathe more often, that's different. Your body and your situation matter. But if you're sitting at home, reading, watching television, cooking, walking around the neighborhood, doing a little gardening, you may not be producing the same amount of sweat and dirt as someone working construction all day. And that's okay. Your bathing routine should match your life, not somebody else's. Reason number 3, retirement changed your whole day. This one is very real. Retirement changes your routine. When you were working, you probably had somewhere to go. Office, shop, school, meetings, church, bus, market. Whatever your life required, you had to get up. You had to dress. You had to look presentable. You probably showered because you were going out into the world, but retirement can be different. Maybe your biggest appointment today is taking the chicken out of the freezer. Maybe you're going to the grocery store at 11. Maybe you're going for a walk. Maybe you're staying home. And there is nothing wrong with that. Some people spend retirement trying to maintain the exact routine they had when they were working. But why? You worked for decades. You earned the right to slow down. And that's actually where I think Carl Jung's ideas can fit beautifully into this conversation. Jung often explored the idea that life changes in stages. The things that mattered deeply in one stage may not matter in exactly the same way later, and getting older doesn't mean becoming less valuable. It means learning what deserves your energy. Think about that. What deserves your energy? Maybe you don't need to spend an hour every morning doing things just because you used to. Maybe you can simplify. Maybe retirement is partly about saying, "I don't have to rush anymore." And that includes your personal routine. If you spend most of your day at home and you're not sweating or getting dirty, you may not need the same full-body washing schedule you had when you were working every day. And honestly, that sounds like one of the beautiful things about retirement. You finally have time to breathe. Reason number 4, your body doesn't need to be scrubbed like a car. Now this one is important. Some people think cleanliness means aggressive scrubbing. The harder you scrub, the cleaner you must be. Not necessarily. Your skin is not a dirty kitchen floor. You don't have to attack it. You don't need to scrub until you're red. And you definitely don't need to use harsh soap everywhere every single day. The skin has a protective barrier. Think of it like a little security team. Its job is to help protect your body. But if you're constantly washing, scrubbing, and using strong products, you may make the skin more irritated and dry, especially as you get older. So instead of asking, "How can I wash more?" a better question might be, "How can I stay clean while being gentle with my skin?" That's a very different question. And I love that question because aging is often about learning how to do things smarter, not harder. You don't need to prove anything. You're not in a competition with your younger self. Your 30-year-old body might have handled something easily. Your 70-year-old body may say, "Please don't do that again," and you should listen. Your body has been with you for a long time. Treat it like an old friend, not like a machine you're angry with. Reason number 5. The real secret is not less bathing. It's smarter hygiene. Now we get to the most important point. because I don't want anybody misunderstanding this video. The goal is not, don't bathe. The goal is, take care of yourself without doing more than your body needs. There is a big difference. You can have a full bath 2 or 3 times a week, and still clean yourself every day. This is where many people get confused. You can wash your face, brush your teeth, wash your hands, clean your underarms, clean your private areas, wash your feet, change your underwear, change your clothes when needed, and keep yourself fresh. You don't need a full-body shower every single day to do those things. And if you sweat, wash. If you exercise, wash. If you've been gardening and you're covered in dirt, please, go take that shower. Don't sit in your chair looking at the dirt and say, Carl Jung said I should embrace my natural self. No, that's not what we're doing here. If you're dirty, wash. If you sweat, wash. If you've been outside all day, wash. If something smells unusual, deal with it. Common sense still works after 70, but if you're mostly indoors, not sweating, and your skin is dry or sensitive, there may be no need for a full-body bath every single day. But there is something else we need to talk about. Let's talk about smell, because this is where everybody suddenly becomes very serious. You can have a neighbor who hasn't said hello to you in 3 months, but somehow they know exactly what soap you're using. People notice smells, and sometimes older adults may not notice their own body odor as easily as other people do. So don't let "I don't need to bathe every day" become an excuse to stop paying attention. Your nose is part of the conversation. Your clothes are part of the conversation. Your bedding is part of the conversation. Your towels are part of the conversation. Clean clothes matter. Clean underwear matters. Clean socks matter. And please, let your towels dry properly. A towel that never dries is basically starting its own little business. Keep things fresh. Wash your clothes regularly. Change your sheets. Keep the bathroom clean. Open a window when appropriate. You don't need to bathe 7 days a week just to stay fresh. You need a sensible hygiene routine. And here's something many people don't think about after 70. Sometimes the bathroom itself becomes more important than the bath. What do I mean? The slippery floor, the loose mat, the poor lighting, the bathtub that's difficult to step over, the lack of something to hold on to. These things matter. You could have the cleanest body in the neighborhood, but if you fall trying to get into the shower, that's a much bigger problem. So make the bathroom safer. Use good lighting. Keep the floor dry. Consider a shower chair if you need one. Use grab bars that are properly installed. Take your time. Don't rush. And don't try to prove that you can do everything alone if something has become difficult. There is no medal for struggling. Sometimes wisdom is simply saying, I need a little help with this. That's not weakness. That's maturity. So how often should you actually bathe? Here's the honest answer. There is no magic number that works for every person over 70. Some people may be perfectly comfortable with 2 or 3 full-body baths or showers each week. Others may need more. It depends on your skin, your activity, your health, the weather, how much you sweat, your personal preference, and what your healthcare professional recommends if you have a specific condition. So don't hear this video as, 3 showers a week is the law. No, there is no retirement bathing police coming to your house. Your body gets a vote. If your skin is dry, itchy, or irritated from frequent bathing, you may benefit from reducing how often you take long, hot showers and using gentler products. If you're sweating every day, you may need more washing. If you have a medical or skin condition, follow the advice you've been given. Simple. And let me ask you something. I want you to answer this honestly in the comments. After retirement, did your bathing routine change? Do you still bathe every morning like you did when you were working? Or have you finally said, nobody is rushing me anymore? Because I think this is one of those little things about retirement that people don't talk about. Retirement isn't only about money. It changes your rhythm. Your mornings become slower. Your priorities change. You stop dressing up just because it's Tuesday. You start asking yourself, why am I doing this? And sometimes that's a very healthy question. Not because you want to become lazy, but because you want to spend your energy on things that actually matter. Maybe you want to walk. Maybe you want to garden. Maybe you want to cook. Maybe you want to read. Maybe you want to sit outside with your morning drink and watch the world move. Maybe you want to call somebody you haven't spoken to in years. That's life too. One last thing, before you go, getting older should not mean becoming careless about yourself. But it also shouldn't mean being afraid of every little change in your body. Your body changes. Your skin changes. Your energy changes. Your routine changes. And that's okay. The goal is not to behave like you're 30. The goal is to take care of the person you are today. And maybe that's one of the quiet lessons of getting older. You stop trying to impress everybody. You start listening to yourself. You learn what your body needs. You stop doing things just because everyone else is doing them, and you become more comfortable saying, "This works for me." That is a beautiful kind of freedom. So if you're over 70, don't think you have to follow the exact routine you had decades ago. Take care of your body. Stay clean. Keep your clothes and surroundings fresh. Protect your skin. Make your bathroom safe. And listen to what your body is telling you. And if 2 or 3 full-body baths a week works for you while you keep up with daily personal hygiene, that may be perfectly reasonable. If you need more, do more. If you need less, talk with your healthcare professional if you're unsure. The goal isn't to do less just for the sake of doing less. The goal is to do what makes sense for you. And honestly, after spending most of your life being told what time to wake up, what time to work, what time to eat, and what time to go home, maybe retirement is finally the time to learn one beautiful sentence. I can take care of myself at my own pace. Now tell me in the comments, how many times a week do you usually take a full bath or shower? And be honest, this is a judgment-free zone. If you're bathing every day, tell us. If you're doing 2 or 3 times a week, tell us. Let's see what everybody's doing. And if you enjoyed this conversation, subscribe to the channel and stay with us. We're building a place where we can talk about aging, life, psychology, happiness, and all those little things nobody really tells you about getting older. Take care of yourself. Take your time. And remember, getting older isn't about doing everything the old way. Sometimes it's about finally learning what you don't need anymore.